Bien, saludo cordial a todos, estudiantes. Mi nombre es Fabio Leonardo Bustos. Soy estudiante del 10º semestre de licenciatura en lenguas extranjeras con énfasis en inglés de la Universidad Nacional Abierta de Distancia y he sido seleccionado por la universidad para hacer estos encuentros con ustedes 2 veces a la semana para la práctica del idioma inglés. Entonces sean todos bienvenidos. Esta sesión está siendo grabada y la pueden revisar en el grupo de Teams que he creado para que la puedan revisar y así también practicar si tal vez no pudieron asistir. Bien, la sesión del día de hoy, todas las sesiones van a estar basadas en temas diferentes del idioma inglés. Eh, la presentación la estoy haciendo sin embargo, la sesión se va a desarrollar toda en inglés, ya que ustedes, bueno, se inscribieron en el curso de inglés intermedio para poder desarrollar las actividades de un nivel intermedio. Así es que, bueno, vamos a iniciar la sesión. So, we're going to start right now. Before starting this, we are going to have a warm up activity. So this warm up is going to be about basic English questions. So what you must do is to answer the questions that will appear on the screen. I'm going to share my screen. Yes. Okay. So everyone, the idea is that you answer question that appear on the right. So the questions are totally full, they are aleatory. So we're going to start, okay? You will have 1 minute to answer each question. The first question is, what time do you usually get up in the morning? So you have 1 minute to answer. Okay, excellent job. Thank you. Let's go with the second question. The second question is, do you watch TV? How often do you watch TV? And what do you watch? You have 1 minute to answer. Okay, excellent job. That's very good. Let's go with our question, which is, what food do you dislike? But not only tell me which one, but also tell me the reason why you dislike that. You have to answer. Okay, that is very good. Thank you. And let's do the last question in order to finish. So we got, do you often use a computer? If so, tell me for which purposes do you use it? You have 1 minute. All right, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice job, guys. Excellent. So that's all. Very good. I hope that this activity can help you to start thinking in English, right? So, okay, guys. The topic of the day is going to be tag questions, right? I will write on the chat what is it, what is the topic of the day. Tag questions. All right. Actually, I'm going to share my screen in order to show you what is the topic that we have for the day. And just like that, you will be able to think about it, right? Tag questions. Okay. So guys, I need you to take 1 minute to think what is a tag question, or if you have heard about it, and if so, try to give an explanation of 1 or 2 minutes. So you have 1 or 2 minutes from now to about that and try to express in your own words what is a tag question. Okay, guys, thank you for that. So at this moment, you have already explained with your own words what is a tech question. If not, if you don't know what is a tech question, no problem because I'm going to explain you, right? So, okay, in this part of the class, I ask you please that if you don't know what is a tech question, or actually if you know what it, you go please through any resource on internet in order to find more information about a tech question. So what is the idea? During the next 10 minutes, you by yourself, you have to go through internet and try to investigate what is a question. The final idea is that you, after your investigation in any resource on internet, that can be through videos or through articles or through whatever other resource that you prefer to use, uh, when you come back, you please give me an explanation of what you found, okay? So please, let's go. You have 10 minutes from to investigate what is a tag question. Thank you. All right, excellent job. Thank you very much for on internet. What is a tech question? Okay, so at this moment you should know a little bit more about tech questions, right? So now we are going to see, right, a short explanation about those tech questions and how to use them, right? So in order to do this, I am going to share my screen. So give me just one moment, right? Thank you. And I will proceed to explain you what is that and how to use it. So let's, okay, one moment. Yes, right. First of all, we are going to have a small talk, a small conversation about tech questions, right? So here we have a conversation. What is the idea, everyone? That you follow the professor. I mean, I'm going to be person A, so I'm going to read all the A statements, and you are going to be person B. So please read the statement B. Okay, so let's go. Good morning, beautiful day, isn't it? I'm Jane Quid. Nice to meet you. Do you mind if I Kazuko? And please call me Jane. Okay, thank you. Now that you have read, I need you to tell me, please, what is the tag question into the conversation and how many tag questions do we have here? All right, very good. The tag question is, isn't it? And in all the conversation, only we just have this one. There are not more tag questions. Very good. As you can see, we use this tag question to confirm if it is or if it's not a beautiful day, right? We are asking for opinion. Hey, do you think that this is a really beautiful day? Is it or isn't it? Right? Very good. So here we have some vocabulary that maybe you don't know, so we are going to read. Ways to ask about proper address. Do you mind call you Kazuko? Would it be rude to call you Kazuko? What would you like to be called? How do you prefer to be addressed? Do you use Miss or Mrs.? Right? This vocabulary is for referring to how to address a person, how to call a person, maybe by her or his name or by her or his last name. So we don't know. These sentences are for a very polite conversation. They are very respectful and they are very so you can use them, right? If you don't know the translation, I could invite you to find out on internet what are the meanings of these ones, right? So you can video and then you can go through the uh, Google in order to find out what is the meaning, all right? Nice. Okay, everyone. We're going to explain a little bit what the tag question is. So here we have a grammar clause in which we are going to explain. So use tag questions to confirm information you already think is true or to encourage someone to make a small talk with you. So, example, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Good. So in this first paragraph, we are explaining how to use attack questions and what are they for. So attack question is used to confirm information, right? An example can be if you know somebody, I mean, if you have seen somebody but you don't know his or her name, and you say, okay, are you Jose? And to confirm if he is or he's not Jose, you say, aren't you? So you are using attack questions to confirm if it is true or if it is false, right? Let's continue reading. When the statement is affirmative, the tag is negative. When the statement is negative, the tag is affirmative, right? So what happens here? Very easy. We got the main statement. I mean, the thing or the statement that you think that is true, but you're not sure, right? And all of these statements are affirmative. So, for example, you are Lee, she speaks Thai, he's going to drive. All that is affirmative. We don't have negation. We have affirmative statements, right? As you can see, all the tag questions are negative. So what happens here? And if you see, all of the tag questions follow different tenses, different auxiliaries. So what does it mean? That the tag question must be um, must be set by taking into account the original tense of the original tense, right? For example, let's go with you were there. As you know, you were is past. So the tag question must be using the same auxiliary. In this case, weren't you? And of course, it must be negative in order to confirm. Let's see another example. They can hear me. What is the auxiliary here? The auxiliary is can. Of course, the tag question must be can too, but in a negative way. They can hear me. Can they? That's all. Okay, cool. I invite you to read this, but in a moment, because now we're going to see the negative form, right? Okay. In the negative form, of course, we have uh, negative statements. And as you can see, all the tag questions are in an affirmative form. You cannot change or you cannot follow the same pattern. I mean, as the Grammar Plus said, if it is negative, the tag question must be affirmative, right? We must have a contrast. So now let's read some examples. You are not Amy. You are not Amy, right? Are you? So the original statement is a negative. So the tag question must be affirmative. The same tense and also the same auxiliary, right? Pretty cool. Let's see another example. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. Would you? And as you can see, and as you can hear, the intonation is very important in a tag question. Why? Because the intonation is trying to reflect your interest on the conversation. So I invite you to practice reading all these sentences with the best pronunciation and the best intonation that you can have. Remember that the intonation is important in the tag question, right? Because we are showing interest the in the conversation that we are having with the other person, right? I'm gonna give you one example. I don't know. We say, do you know to cook? Don't you? You see the intonation. You hear the intonation now. Don't you? I am showing interest for knowing if that's true or false, right? Another example can be, okay, have you ever gone to Europe? Haven't you? Very good job. That's all. Excellent. Okay, before you read all the statements, just be careful, okay? We're going to read this important part. Use aren't I for negative tag questions after I am. I am on time, aren't I? But I'm not late, am I? Okay, so what happens? You were wondering, but professor, why aren't I if the conjugation of I is am, right? Yes, I know, and it's totally clear, but in the tag question, we cannot say, I'm not I. No, you must use aren't with the subject I, you know? It only applies for I, because for she, he, or it, you still follow the same and the basic form of the verb to be, which is isn't. But when you use I, you need to use aren't. Example, I am a teacher. Aren't I? I am from Colombia. Aren't I? You see, right? When the statement is negative, you don't have to use are. You use the basic or the normal conjugation of the verb to be, which is am I, and that's all. Okay. If you have any question about this, you can write down on the Google team, yes, on the group that we have created through Skype or through Teams, and I will be answering your questions. Also, what is important here? Use pronouns, not names or nouns in tag questions. This is something very important and something that maybe can confusing, that maybe can be confusing. Why? Because most of the cases you can use a proper name such as Sandra, such as Camilo, such as Juana, such as my sister. But what happens? Yes, you can use them, but in the original statement. Example, Bangkok is in Thailand. Isn't it? And I want you to notice this. Isn't it? Not isn't Bangkok. That's the grammar of the tag question. You cannot use the proper name in a tag question. You have to use pronouns. You have to use the subject. I mean, but not the proper name. Not names or proper name. You must replace the name or the noun with the pronoun, right? For example, you will never say, okay, English is difficult. Uh, isn't English? No. English is difficult, isn't it? Very good, right? Okay, thank you. So this is the way, guys, you must use the tag questions. I will give you 3 minutes to read and practice these sentences, okay? So let's go. All right. Thank you for your participation. That was very good job. So now that you have practiced the intonation of the tag questions and also that you know the grammar structure of this topic, so I will invite you, please, to write down one short conversation using a tag question, right? So what is the idea? The idea is that you take a sheet of paper, right? Sheet of paper and write down a small talk, a small talk by using the tag questions, right? For example, you can say, good afternoon, and the other person says, hello, good afternoon. You are Camilo, aren't you? And the other person says, yes, I am. Uh, you work in a hotel, don't you? And just like that, you write down the conversation, please. So you will have 10 minutes to do the conversation. You can share the conversation in the Skype group, and you also can share the conversation through the Teams chat. It doesn't matter, right? So, okay, guys, I will give you 10 minutes from now to do the conversation. When we come back, we will do the last exercise, and then I'm going to give you the feedback, right? So let's do it. You have 10 minutes to write down the conversation. Thank you. Okay, guys, thank you very much. So now we are going to do the last exercise, right? So we are going to do something, right? When I ask you to do an exercise, as we don't have any students, so of course we're going to just stop the video and develop the exercise, and you come back here. So that's gonna be faster for you, right? And for me too, it's gonna be easier. It's gonna be practic, right? So okay. Now we are going to give me 1 second. Gonna be practical, right, for me. Okay. So guys, I'm going to show you the last exercise of the class, and we finish. Okay, so give me just 1 second. Okay. Yes. Okay. You're going to have 10 minutes to fill up this information. Okay, complete each statement with a tag question. So what you have to do is to read and complete with the tag question. Example, Rob is your manager? Tag question. I turn off the projector? Tag question. And you continue just like that. Okay, guys? So you will have 10 minutes. So please stop the video, develop the exercises, and when you are done, come back, play again, and I will give you the answers, right? So let's go. Okay, guys. I hope that you have paused the video, developed the exercises, and then come back, right? So now it's moment to the final feedback in order to see if you did a good job. So the number one, Rob is your manager. The answer is, isn't he? Two, I turned off the projector. Didn't I? Didn't I, because it's past. Tim is going to present next. Isn't he? Isn't he? When we use going to is not an auxiliary. It's like an action in the future. So the auxiliary is isn't. That's why we have to use isn't he. She won't be at the meeting before 2 p.m. Will she? Will she? Okay. We haven't forgotten anything. Have we? Auxiliary have we? Have. Present perfect. Okay. Number 6. There was no one here from China. Wasn't it? Great. Number 7. The agenda can be printed in the business center before 8 a.m. Can it? Can it? Good. Number 8. We're explaining the etiquette rules. Weren't they? The past weren't negative, weren't they? Okay. Number 9. She wants to be addressed by her first name. Doesn't she? Present simple form, doesn't she? Nice. And the last one is, it was a great day. Wasn't it? Very good. Okay, guys. So in this way, we have finished our first encounter of English practices. So I hope that you can watch the recording in order to practice and learn, right? Remember that it's important for you to come to these encounters in order not only to practice, but also to achieve 60 points of your English 2 course. Okay. So thank you very much for your patience. I think that's it. And so I hope to see you in the next class. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye.